Your perennials are looking tired, let's get them ready for the winter. We've come to the time of year where perennials are looking a little bit tired and we need to prep them for the winter. So what I've got here is our new instant garden range of perennials with some really special varieties in there. But what I'm doing is relevant for so many perennials out there, whether they be in pots like this or whether they'll be in the garden. So the reason we cut them back is to tidy them up. We don't want them too straggly. Take off an element of growth, helps them go through the winter, and it really makes them compact and puts a lot of strength into that root, and that's what's really important. People forget how important the winter is for these types of perennial plants. For them to flower at their best and look their best, they need a bit of cold to really come through the winter and burst into life. That's what the Instant Garden range is all about. It's bursting into life as soon as you get them at home, but it also is relevant for the plants, the salvias, the Rebeckia, the buddleias that you are growing at home now. So check out these tips because they really do make a big difference. So now we've come to this time of year, it is time to cut these plants back, and it makes so much difference to next year's growth and to how these plants look. So these buddleias here, for example, you can be really harsh with buddleias. So we cut them back fairly hard, and what you'll find is you can see some old established growth here, but you've also got the fresh growth, and I'm going to cut a fair way into that fresh growth. And next year what this will do is will give you a really nice compact plant. So this is one of the smaller growing buddleias, and it is absolutely fantastic for containers as well as the garden or front of borders, but it neatens it up, and now we're going to get fresh growth from here, which makes all the difference. So with salvias, which I've got here, as you know, these are some of our favourite plants. Again, I cut them back fairly harsh. Now when you are growing salvias through the winter, keeping them a little bit on the dry side is very important. What you don't want to do is let them sit too wet because they will not like you. So we cut them back again to make them nice and compact. Another salvia here, and I'll show you a bit more about where we cut them back for this one, because you've got fresh growth at the base of the plant here, and then you've got the stems that come up, and then you get some leaves. So I'm cutting just above the first set of leaves, which is what I did for the other one as well. But you don't need to be too finicky about it. Just cutting it back like that can make all the difference. A Rebeckia, again, one of our more favourite perennial plants to grow. This one works really well, just cutting off, certainly take off the flowers. We want all the strength to go into this root ball and into the plant. So I cut off the flowers, and with Rebeckia, I don't cut it back too much, but what I do make sure is that we take away any dead leaves. We don't want it to rot. We want a bit of air movement around the base of the plant. If you've got any weeds, going to get grass around the base of the plant or something like that, then taking those out is important as well. And lastly, but certainly not least, is this fantastic Nepeta. So this one always looks harsh. So when you're cutting this back, I would give it a good haircut, a bit like you would a boy in the 90s when you get a bowl and just chop their hair off, just like that. Neaten it up, you get some sort of straggly bits that fall into it. Again, we don't want those to rot around the base. Take any weeds out, and that plant will absolutely love you for it. So that's how we cut those back. We do them quite quickly at the nursery, and you can do as quickly at home as you like. You've probably got a little bit more time, but it makes all the difference. These burst into life so much better when we come to next year. See you soon.